Hey everyone, it's Alex of Coyote Star Astrology. Welcome back to my channel. This is my new moon in Virgo video for the new moon on September 17th, 2020 Pacific Standard Time. Before we jump into the new moon, I have a real quick announcement. I have finally gotten an online course up on my website. This is my 12 archetypes course that I did a few weeks back. If you weren't able to see it live, it's now available on my website, coyotestarastrology.com. If you go under courses, you can read all about the course and check it out if you're interested in getting your hands on a copy. Really cool course, you guys. We went through all 12 archetypes, Aries to Pisces, explored them on a deep psychological level from an evolutionary astrology perspective. Really great course for really anybody on any level of astrology if you're looking to deepen your knowledge. Do check it out, and definitely we'll be doing more courses coming up here very soon, so stay tuned if you're interested in attending a live. So that all being said, let's jump into this new moon. It's a new moon in Virgo, and I feel like this is a new moon where we're going to sort of want to get clear on some very strange energies that have been coming up lately. It's been an intense last couple of weeks. We are definitely getting into September when we've been talking about things start to really pick up speed. So I've definitely been feeling that. And we notice right off the bat that the new moon is square to the nodes. So right away we know that this is a crossroads where we're being asked, are we going to stay in patterns of the past, or are we going to launch and make a quantum jump in our own evolution and our own growth and respond differently? So the South Node and the North Node definitely bring up patterns for people. They can bring up the past. They can bring up things that we want to shed and let go of. So we have that element right off the bat. Then we notice that we have this beautiful trine to Saturn. Thank God. This trine to Saturn is really nice because Saturn's in Capricorn, and both Capricorn and Virgo are practical, grounded, rational, productive. And when there's a trine to Saturn, there's this beautiful implication that the intentions that we set within this new moon have very far-reaching influences because Saturn is the long term, right? And a new moon is fertile ground for setting intentions. So really pay attention this new moon to something that you want to call in, because you may have more support energetically and cosmically that you may normally have to sort of pull the trigger and really commit to things that you want to see unfold. So we have this beautiful trine to Saturn. That's awesome. Let's look at the new moon ruler, which is Mercury, which we see is in Libra. So this is where we see the emphasis on relationships come in pretty strong this new moon. Libra, of course, is the archetype that deals with our relationships and the balance that we hope to see within our interactions and the energetics that we have with other people in our life. So this can be friends, roommates, and of course our romantic partners. So Mercury in Libra is a diplomat, right? It's a peacemaker. It wants to get along with others. It wants to be in harmony. We do see that Mercury is being squared by Jupiter. Now, squares from Jupiter can, on one hand, encourage us to dream really big and have all of these ideas, but squares from Jupiter are a bit of a loose cannon. They can promote overindulgence or an overextension. And we know that Virgo is a very rational and practical sign. Virgo is very sensible. So there's a little bit of an interesting paradox here where the chart ruler is being encouraged to overdo things. Then we also have this new moon saying, does this make sense for the long term? Wanting to look at all the little details and stay really grounded and clear-headed about where things are really at. And to speak to the subject of clarity, we also see that the chart ruler Mercury is in an inconjunct to Neptune in Pisces. Neptune in Pisces is known for illusion and fantasy. So this inconjunct does speak to something within certain relationships, maybe not being fully clear and wanting some clarity around that. At its worst, Neptune can be deception, but it can also simply just be needing to clear up some kind of issue or confusion. Mercury in Libra also just speaks to wanting to find balance and harmony in general in our life. And that square to Jupiter can have us look at places. Where am I overindulging? Where am I overworking or overeating or overspending or stretching myself out way too thin? Where can I come back into balance and harmony? And of course, we know that Virgo has a lot to do with our health and well-being. So great new moon to make some kind of declaration or set some kind of intention around health and our daily routine. Virgo is all about purity and cleansing and detox. So really great new moon for health intentions. But I think more than anything, this is a desire to analyze current situations, especially within relationships, and really decide what is best for us for the long term and what makes sense. Similarly, Venus was squared by Uranus just a couple days before this new moon. And Venus is the planet that we do associate within love and relationships. And a square from Uranus can be sometimes pretty exciting and we can be learning a lot, but it can be a little bit turbulent. So this new moon might be sort of like the after effects of that, of like, wait a minute, where is this train going? What's actually happening? And potentially needing to have some conversations where we honor both another person's perspective, but also honoring our own and our own trajectory because of that trine to Saturn of like, how is this supportive of my goals? Is this supportive of my future? And making decisions from there. Another thing I want to mention about that square to Jupiter is that the square from Jupiter can overexpress whatever that archetype tends to want to express. And Libra being a peacemaker, wanting to make sure, just to speak to what I was saying before, that we aren't overextending ourselves to make others happy. In other words, wanting to make sure that we have clear boundaries while also keeping the peace with other people, making sure that we're not saying yes when we should say no, and really honoring what we need to do on our own path, which is very important right now because we have Mars in Aries, and Mars in Aries is all about the needs of the self. What do I need? What am I trying to accomplish in this life? Mars in Aries is our desire and our fuel and our passion moving forward. It's our goals and where we're trying to go. We had Mars go retrograde on September 9th. And I know that a lot of people felt that jolt of intensity when that transit came through. When Mars goes retrograde, it can be frustrating and confusing because when Mars first went into Aries, we can feel like we're going full speed ahead. We could be super inspired, ready to tackle something. And then when Mars went retrograde, it was like having the foot come off the gas pedal. So your plans may have changed since September 9th. Something you may have felt really excited about could have fallen through, or you could have suddenly been unsure. Or maybe when Mars was direct, like me, you piled your plate way too high and then Mars went retrograde and you're like, I do not have the energy to accomplish all of this. For others, I saw it literally manifest as something they thought was a for sure go, suddenly needing to redirect because of X, Y, and Z. So if that is something that you experience and you may be feeling the energy depletion of Mars retrograde, which can definitely happen, just know that Mars will go direct in middle of November. And until then, we're just sort of on this ride of needing to do what we do during retrogrades, which is rethink, reorganize, and with Mars and Aries, definitely remembering to get rest. The rest of the year is going to be action-packed. Trust me, you're going to be glad that you did conserve your energy. and not getting too frustrated with ourselves if things aren't going super smooth, because we do have these squares from Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter to Mars. So there are probably going to be some obstacles and potential delays and blocks coming up over the next few months as we move through that transit. So stay patient, don't be too hard on yourself, and definitely get extra rest if you need it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm hoping that this new moon brings in some beautiful, productive energy for you and hopefully some clarity if that's something you've been looking for. Great new moon to do some house cleaning and get things feeling really clear and functional within the home space. That's probably what I'm going to be doing. Want to link you guys to my Instagram. For those of you that don't follow me there yet, I do a lot of Instagram stories full of astrology. I try to get them out every day, put something fun up for you guys. And if you would like to reach out to me for a reading, I am booking clients right now. You can find me at coyotestarastrology.com. I'm going to put both my Instagram and my website up there on the screen for you guys. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and a share. I really appreciate it. All right, you guys, bye for now.